Known by family and friends as Manford or Bud, James M. Sutton was born July 27, 1924, in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. His father, a sawmill operator, died when he was just 12 years old, leaving him the man of the family to care for his three sisters and younger brother. They were a close group of siblings and remained so their whole lives. James left school following 11th grade to enlist in the war effort, but was drafted instead as a member of the 106th Infantry Division. Sutton was deployed to the Arnsforce in Germany immediately following his completion of basic training. Sutton's division became known as the Sitting Duck Division when German troops launched a surprise attack that later escalated into the Battle of the Bulge. Bud's regiment was surrounded and overrun. More than 7,000 soldiers were captured after less than 10 days of combat. Bud was taken by a train to a POW camp in Germany. Bud tells us that on Christmas Eve, British bombers attacked a German rail yard, unaware that they were also hitting boxcars filled with American GIs captured during the Battle of the Bulge. When the thumping explosions finally faded, a voice drifted up from one of the cars singing Silent Night. Soon, that voice was joined by dozens more, uniting in a forlorn Christmas carol. Bud also relates many plans of escape, but never made any attempts. They drank weak tea from their helmets and shared a small loaf of bread with a dollop of gruel between 8 men. They passed time by talking about their favorite foods and killing body lice with their thumbnails. The worst, he said, was the hunger and the filth. The cold was pretty harsh too, but he tolerated it better than many since he was raised in the Sioux. Despite the hardships, the prisoners were not treated poorly by the guards, most of who were too old to serve on the front lines and could see the end of the war nearing. Bud recalls being teary-eyed at the sight of American tanks at the front gate. He stated, "It felt good, really good." Bud achieved the rank of corporal for his work as a rifleman and as a rifleman instructor. For his service, he received the Purple Heart, the World War II Victory Medal, and a Good Conduct Medal. Bud's family received word that he was MIA, but eventually he was able to send a postcard out to them to say he was indeed alive. Bud entered the war weighing 165 pounds and left the POW camp after 4 months weighing only 110. After arriving home, Bud married and fathered 2 children. Bud later divorced and moved to Cleveland, Ohio, where he found love again and married. James Sutton passed away in 2009 in Cleveland. A more in-depth story on James Sutton can be found in the Cleveland Plain Dealer, as well as in the Sioux Evening News from May 25, 2008.